Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to talk about solving rational equations, okay? Or fraction equations, if you want to think about it like that, okay? You're going to need your notes, a pen and a pencil, and a calculator, please. So now this is day one, and we're only going to be working with two fractions, okay? Or a proportion, if you will. So our objective is we want to learn how to solve a rational expression with two fractions. Now we're going to go ahead and do three examples with this. Our first example, you guys, when we're doing two fractions, we just need to remember our algebra skills. We're going to be doing some cross multiplying. Okay, so when we have two fractions that are equal to each other, you may cross multiply to solve the equation. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. So I'm going to take 9 times x equals 3 times x plus 2. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I'm going to get 9x equals, distribute my 3x plus 6. Now I'm just going to go ahead and solve for x. So in order to do that, I'm going to subtract 3x. I'm going to get 6x equals 6. To finish this off, all I have to do is divide by 6. And x equals 1. Now it's awesome that we have an answer, but for every single problem we do when we solve, every single one on your worksheets, on anything, we're going to check our answers. So we're going to put our check right over here, and how we're going to check is we're going to plug in to the original problem. So I'm going to have 3 over 1 equals 9. 1 plus 2. 3 over 1 is just 3. 9 over 3, which simplifies to 3, so 3 equals 3. This works, okay? We're happy about that. Life is good. We need to check all the time because sometimes, you guys, our answers aren't going to always work. So there's example number 1. Make sure you get all of that written down. All right, moving on to example number 2. Once again, you guys, we're just going to start with cross multiplying. So I'm going to take 3 times 2x plus 4. And I'm going to take 2x plus 2 times x plus 3. Excuse me, x minus 3. Now we're going to come over here. We're going to distribute this out. So I'm going to get 6x plus 12 equals, same thing over here, you guys, we have to distribute. So I have x times x, which is x squared, x times negative 3, which is negative 3x, 2 times x, which is a positive 2x, and 2 times negative 3, which would give us negative 6. I'm going to go ahead and simplify both sides. So I get 6x plus 12 equals x squared. These can be combined. So minus 1x minus 6. Now I need to get everything to one side so I can solve. So to do that, I'm going to subtract 6x and I'm going to subtract 12. So minus 6x minus 12. So on this side, I'm going to get 0 equals x squared minus 7x minus 18. Once we get here, you guys, we're going to have to use our favorite AC, which keeps coming up all over the place. Alright, so when we do this one, A times C has to add up to B. We're going to get negative 18, two numbers that add up to negative 7. Well, negative 9 and a positive 2. So if I rewrite this, I get x squared minus 9x plus 2x minus 18. Then I'm going to go ahead and group my first group together, my second group. First one I can just take out an x, so I'm left with x minus 9. Second one I can take out a positive 2, then I'm left with x minus 9. Now those are the same, so I have x plus 2, x minus 9. But now you guys, it was equal to 0, so I have to set these equal to 0. So I have x plus 2 equals 0 and x minus 9 equals 0. And I'm going to check both of these. Well, I'm going to solve and then I'm going to check. So minus 2x, minus 2. So x equals negative 2. Add 9. X equals 9. So there are my two answers. Now I have two answers, but I have to check to make sure not if one doesn't work, okay? So we're going to move on to our checking. So I'm going to check 9 first. So I have 3 over 9 plus 2 equals 9 minus 3 over 2 times 9 plus 4. Now I'm going to simplify both sides. So I have 3 over 11, and I can leave that, equals 6 over 18 plus 4 is 22. Now I can simplify 6 over 22, so I have 3 over 11 equals 3 over 11. So this does work. This is one of my solutions. Now I'm going to go ahead, do the same thing with negative 2. I'm going to check that. So I'm going to have 3 over negative 2 plus 2 equals negative 2 minus 3 over 2 times negative 2 plus 4. So I'm going to get 3 over 0 equals negative 5 over 0. Now, this is super, super huge, you guys. This can't happen. It's illegal. We can't divide by 0. Cannot divide by 0. We can't divide by 0. Very important. Anytime that happens, this right here is a no solution. That means my negative 2 isn't a solution. It's called extraneous. It doesn't work. So this is going to be what you're going to write next to negative 2. You're going to write extraneous. Okay, negative 2 did not work. 9 does, but negative 2 does not. All right, wonderful people. Moving on to our last example. Here we go. So, same idea as last time. First thing we have to do is solve. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to check what we get for our solutions. So I'm going to take 4 times x plus 5 equal to x plus 1 times x minus 1. Now I'm going to go ahead and distribute these out. So I'm going to take 4 times x and 4 times 5. So I get 4x plus 20 equals, over here I'm going to distribute this. X times x is x squared. X times negative 1 is negative 1x. 1 times x is a positive 1x. 1 times negative 1 is a negative 1. Simplify both sides, so here I'm just going to get 4x plus 20 equals x squared. These I can combine like terms and they're going to cancel, so it's going to be x squared minus 1. Now I want to get everything to the same side, so in order to do that, I'm going to subtract 4x and I'm going to subtract 20. 0 equals x squared minus 4x minus 21. Once we get here, we get to do our most favorite thing in the entire world, the AC method. We're going to take a times c has to add up to b. So negative 21, two numbers that add up to negative 4. In our case, we're going to use negative 7 and 3. If I rewrite this, I get x squared minus 7x plus 3x minus 21. Group my first two, group my second two. I'm going to take out an x out of my first one, so I'm left with x minus 7. Take out a positive 3. I'm left with x minus 7. So I have x plus 3 and x minus 7 equals 0. So set them both equal to 0. When I do that, I'm going to have x plus 3 equals 0, x minus 7 equals 0. So x equals negative 3, and x equals positive 7. Okay, those are my two solutions, but once again, you guys, we have to check. So we're going to go over here and we're going to check both of these out. First one I'm going to plug in is negative 3 to my original problem. So I have 4 over negative 3 plus 1 equals negative 3 minus 1 over negative 3 plus 5. So I have 4 over negative 2 equals negative 4 over 2. Simplify both these. I get negative 1. Negative 2 equals negative 2. This one is correct. So this one's going to work for us. So negative 3 is one of my solutions. Come over here, do the same thing for 7. So I'm going to have 4 over 7 plus 1 equals 7 minus 1 over 7 plus 5. 4 over 8 equals 6 over 12. Simplify both these sides. I have 1/2 equals 1/2. These are the same, so 7 is also a solution. So this one has two solutions. All right, wonderful, amazing people. That is all I have for you today. I hope you go out and have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.